Hello, and welcome to Janko TV. If you're a comic book fan, then you know how amazing it is to see your favorite characters come to life on screen. And Netflix has been crushing it with their adaptations of comic books. So, today, we're counting down the 10 best Netflix originals based on comics. Get ready to geek out and add some new shows to your watch list. From the massive success of shows like The Walking Dead to epic movie franchises like the MCU, there's countless proof that comics are perfect for adaptation. With the upcoming release of Netflix's The Sandman, comic fans are ecstatic to see one of the most acclaimed and beloved comics come to the screen. However, while The Sandman will be Netflix's highest-profile comic adaptation to date, the streaming platform has already demonstrated that it is a major player in producing high-quality originals based on comic books. Number 1. The End of the Fucking World. This co-production between Channel 4 and Netflix became an instant success upon its 2017 release. The story follows a darkly comedic road trip taken by Alyssa, a rebellious teenage girl, and James, a loner boy who suspects he is disturbed. This chaotic and nihilistic love story is driven by the dark sincerity of its two protagonists, who are both acted with charm and charisma. With excellent pacing and acting, this adaptation of Charles Forsman's graphic novel is one of the best coming-of-age stories around. Number 2. Umbrella Academy. Gerard Way's and Gabriel Ba's saga of a dysfunctional superhero family trying to solve their father's death, heal from their past traumas, and overcome years of estrangement, all to the tune of a killer soundtrack. While superficially about superheroes, the story ends up being far more about the individuals than the powers and focuses more on family dynamics and character development than fight scenes or flashy costumes. Both the comic source material and the show are fantastic, and new fans are in luck as a third season is set to premiere in June of this year. Number 3. I Am Not Okay With This. Propelled by a captivating performance by Sophia Lillis, I Am Not Okay With This weaves an intriguing coming-of-age tale filled with black comedy and teenage angst. The story follows Sydney, a teenager navigating the emotional roller coaster of her life at school, the death of her father, her sexuality, and her newfound telekinetic abilities. If you don't feel in the mood for a superhero show, don't discount I Am Not Okay With This. Syd's powers often seem to be more of a metaphorical reflection of her emotional turmoil than actual abilities, and you won't catch her doing battle with any supervillains. The story is based on Charles Forsman's comic of the same name, and both are definitely worth checking out. Number 4. Lucifer. While the initial 3 seasons were produced by Fox, Netflix stepped in to save the show and create another 3 more seasons. The story follows the adventures of the fallen angel Lucifer Morningstar, who has abdicated his throne in hell and retired to Los Angeles. Along with a detective named Chloe Decker, the Prince of Hell solves supernatural crimes and discovers that perhaps his soul is not totally irredeemable after all. Although the show is technically adapted from the comics, it only loosely borrows the concept of its source material and leaves out most of the amazing stories available. This being said, the show is undeniably charming, certainly helped by the charisma of Tom Ellis. With 6 seasons and a whopping 93 episodes, Lucifer is certainly worthy of being your next big binge watch this year. Number 5. Sweet Tooth. The most recent project produced by Robert Downey Jr. and Susan Downey, Sweet Tooth follows Gus, a young human-deer hybrid, as he tries to navigate a post-apocalyptic world and find his mother. The story is adapted from a comic written and drawn by Canadian cartoonist Jeff Lemire. While the story follows the same basic premise, many fans of the original found the show disappointingly lighthearted. While it's true that the Netflix adaptation abandons many of the grisly details depicted in the source material, it does so to become an endearing and family-friendly take on a grim cult classic. Number 6. Tear Along the Dotted Line. Set in the cartooning world of legendary Italian comic creator Zero Calcare, Tear Along the Dotted Line follows the artist as he weaves through life with the constant companionship of his conscience, a giant armadillo. The show is snappy, savvy, and darkly comedic. With a captivating art style and the voice acting of the artist himself, Tear Along the Dotted Line is a perfect watch for fans of Zero Calcare or those interested in the massive impact his work has had. Number 7. The Summit of the Gods. A French animated film adapted from the work of Jiro Taniguchi and Baku Yumamakura, The Summit of the Gods follows a photojournalist delving into the obsessive world of mountaineering. The film is emotionally powerful and gorgeously animated. While hard to imagine a mountaineering film devoid of actual nature photography, The Summit of the Gods utilizes its medium to connect the viewer to its locations, the perils they pose, and the obsessive natures they foster. Number 8. Lock and Key. Based on the comics by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez, Lock and Key follows three siblings as they discover their new house contains a series of magical doors and keys. An exciting teen adventure with plenty of magic, mystery, and spookiness. While the show takes a major tonal shift from its source material, trimming away much of the gruesome horror, it remains a fun adventure suitable for adults and younger audiences. Number 9. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is based on the comic by Roberto Aguirre Sacasa and Robert Hack and follows the half-witch half-human Sabrina as she grapples with her place in the world. A darker and more mature origin story to Sabrina the Teenage Witch, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina perfectly treads the line between fun and macabre. With 4 parts and 36 episodes, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is the perfect comic adaptation to get sucked into. Number 10. The Old Guard. Based on the comic from Eisner winner Greg Rucka and Leandro Fernandez, The Old Guard follows a group of immortal mercenaries as they fight to preserve their freedom. Driven by the directorial vision of Gina Prince Bythewood and the acting of Charlize Theron, The Old Guard manages to exceed expectations. The film boasts likable characters and beautifully choreographed action sequences, and is perfect for those seeking a blood-pumping action feature. And that's a wrap for today's video on the 10 best Netflix originals based on comics. We hope you found some new shows to add to your watch list. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video from Janko TV. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.